Hello and welcome to Small Business 21st Century and today's segment of Build Your Difference. I'm your host, Pierre Walters, and we have an exciting show for you today. Our guests are a part of a groundbreaking and historic theater based right here in the DMV area. And we cannot wait to hear more about this amazing company. So please welcome the artistic director, Dr. Percy Thomas, whose performing arts career spans more than 30 years. And we also want to welcome an outstanding acclaimed actress, Miss Keisha Kelly of the Amazing Theater Company. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. I am so excited that you guys are able to join us here today in the studio and to talk to us more about Amazing Theater Company. Tell me about Amazing Theater Company. Dr. Percy, when did this whole thing get started?
Well, Amazing Theater got started recently as the Amazing Theater, but it was Heralds of Hope Theater Company, founded by folks in Sandy Spring, Maryland. And I was called in to be a play doctor, and I helped with the first play, and then I found myself the only person left. And so I recruited my wife, Dr. Alice Thomas, who is our executive director, to create this amazing theater company. So we've been operating for now about a year as Amazing Theater Company, and we're just delighted about it.
Yeah, the quality of the shows have been just incredible. I know that there's a very special show coming right up. We're going to talk about that very soon.
Yeah.
But I want to know, something that sets Amazing Theater Company apart from other theater companies that are in the area or in the state, here in Maryland, in the DMV area, is that you have a very special mission. There's a reason that Amazing Theater Company is here. What's the mission for Amazing Theater Company?
The mission is to provide theater for the African American experience in the community. Okay. For years now, I've felt that the African American experience has been absent from theater in general, but more specifically in the community. So we try to focus on a local community and bring to life historical, cultural, and social issues that impact the African American. Now, when we say African American, we know we can't do theater unless we are inclusive of the total society. So that's our focus.
And Miss Keisha Kelly, you
Yes.
are an acclaimed actress, and I understand you've worked in several plays with the Amazing Theater Company.
That is correct.
What's your feeling on the mission of the company, and tell me about your experience just with theater in this area and why you chose to work with Amazing Theater Company? What sets them apart?
Well, I think what sets him apart is his patience and ability to want to teach theater and bring real life situations and stories to the stage so that way you can have another understanding. People don't get an opportunity to see into the Black experience, and so Dr. Percy brings that to light in all aspects, from whether if it's from the guy who is the dealer on the local street, or he could be the actual preacher at the church in your neighborhood. He's going to tell the story and write it in such a way that you could only feel proud to tell it.
And when you're looking for projects, as an actor, when you're wanting to invest your time into a role, into playing a part, when you're looking for projects to take on, what are some of the important things that you look for so that you get excited about that company or that role that you're about to take on? What do you look for when you're taking on a role?
The script, the writing. I think that most of everything that you're looking for will be there. You as the actor has to bring it to life. There's no way, words on a page can't come to life without it. So as long as the words are written in such a way where it explains the story, it fills in the blanks, you just have to bring it to the stage.
Yeah. So there's a very special responsibility about the script. And Dr. Percy, just based off what you said about the mission of the theater, how important is it to you to make sure that each script, each production that is produced by Amazing Theater Company resonates with the community and brings value? What are you looking for when you're deciding which shows to actually mount and produce through the theater?
Yeah, I look for shows that give a historical perspective, number one, and then a broader perspective that allows the audience that will be looking in on us to feel that they learned something. There was something new that happened there that they didn't know. For example, so many people have heard the story of Harriet Tubman, you know. But when I wrote Harriet Tubman, I thought it was important to highlight her military career, which most people don't know. So when I start talking about Harriet Tubman's military career, we get veterans, we get all kinds of people tuning in, and that's been the basics. And I'd like to just say one thing that just struck me here. The reason why I started writing was because of the economic impact of theater for African Americans. Okay. When I first started theater, we couldn't afford to do plays because the licensing fee would just take us out of the game. Average show now costs, if you run it for 4 weekends, it's about $1,800. Well, if you're a small nonprofit like ours, we can't do it. So I started writing, and then I remember one other motivational fact was when I did an off-Broadway show. The only reason I did the off-Broadway show is that I had actors like Keisha that said, well, why can't we go to New York? I said, there's no reason you can't go to New York. Little did I know, I had to rent the theater, I had to make contacts, and we took Blues for Mr. Charlie to New York. But guess what happened?
What?
Blues for Mr. Charlie was written by Jimmy Baldwin.
Okay.
He showed up at the show. He showed up at the show.
That is amazing.
Wow.
James Baldwin showed up at the show. Not only did he show up at the show, he stayed with us throughout the cast party that lasted until about 5:30 a.m. in the morning.
You're kidding me.
Telling us stories.
That is fabulous.
Telling us all about the Emmett Till story and why this particular story, Blues for Mr. Charlie, correlated with that experience.
That is amazing. So, okay, if you're anything like me, this is jaw-dropping, and I can't wait to hear more, and I know you're interested too. We've got so much more to share about amazing theater companies. So listen, we're going to take a quick break, but when we return, get ready for more amazing theater, plus a special clip that you won't want to miss. Stay with us.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
And welcome back. You're watching Small Business 21st Century, in today's segment of Build Your Difference. I'm Pierre Walters, and today we have our special guests, Artistic Director Dr. Percy Thomas and Miss Keisha Kelly, an acclaimed actress right here from the Amazing Theater Company. And prior to the break, we were just discussing some of the previous shows that Amazing Theater Company has put on in the past several years. And we have a special show that we want to talk to you about and share with you in this segment. But before we do, I want to learn more about Amazing Theater's dedication to student development and growth, reaching out into the community and offering opportunities. Tell me about that. I know that's something that's very important to you.
Well, it is important, Pierre, and I'm glad you asked that question because we don't necessarily go out and pursue professional actors. We like to think that we can give young people or senior people the kind of educational experience that they can grow into the craft. We have students that have come to us in their 80s, and they have done and carried full shows. So we reach out to any student. We teach them the basics of acting. We teach them a little bit about film. We teach them how to move on stage. We teach them how to do combat scenes. We try to prepare them. And the truth of the matter is that we have several of our young students, the younger ones, I'd say in the 36 age span, that are now doing film, and several of them are doing professional theater and film.
What is the most, I'm sure this is kind of a broad question, but what is one of the most challenging things that you have found that new actors need to sort of grasp as they are beginning their journey in theater, from your experience?
One of the most challenging things that I find new actors have to grasp, that they have to step into somebody else's life and live it on stage so that it's believable. And having them to understand that they're responsible for the personality and the total character of another human being that they present on stage.
And I want to ask you the same question because I saw that reaction, and I know you are an actress. So
Yes.
from your experience, and you also trained with Amazing Theater Company.
Absolutely. I am one of his trained students that's very proud of everything that I've learned from him.
So what was one of the things that you found to be the most challenging when you were sort of starting this journey into acting?
Oh, just one. I mean,
Be nice.
no, literally just one. I mean, there was moments where, but I think the most challenging part would probably be the character building. It is a big challenge if you don't have the ability to leave yourself, to become someone else, or it's the individual who imagines themselves as someone else, but then they don't know how to be that person. So I think one of the best tools that Dr. Percy has given me when I get a script, my practice that for me to get my lines, it's done in the mirror. I become that person. I give backstories to that person, to my character. I live while I'm in a theater during rehearsal. You can't call me by my name. You have to address me by the stage name because I am that person. You become them. You own that. And I think that's the best lesson of all. Absolutely.
Wow. Okay, so listen, you guys, there's an upcoming show.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so, and I am inspired, I am excited, and we'll share why in a little bit.
Okay.
But I understand that you brought a very special clip to share with our audience today.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so can we take a look at it?
Of course.
Okay, all right, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's take a look at this clip.
Blue Top is a grifter.
You know well as I do that Top ain't no drifter.
You are impossible. Every time you do his dirty work, he's using you.
I don't do no dirty work around here except for cleaning those dirty bathrooms around here.
Are you sure? What's in them packages you drop off for him? Do you know? Do you even know what you're peddling? Blue Top uses people, and he's using you.
Just because you and JD got a beef with him, don't mean I have to have one with him.
Just let it play out, Stella. Joe Willie will come around in town to see him for just who he is.
I already know who he is.
He only listens to them crackers.
He will listen to the people when we shut this place down.
He will kill you before he lets you do that.
I'll be back in 30 minutes.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So set this up a little bit for me. What did we just see here? This is incredible.
Well, you see JD, who's an attorney, and he's trying to soften up the owner of the bar. So he's gone out and bought a Colin Kaepernick picture because the bar owner has Brett Favre and Tom Brady up. And this guy wants to bring him in and have him listen to him. So he's trying to soften up the character Blue Top a little bit. And some of the other people in it says, nothing's going to crack Blue Top, so they're having a little fun with this.
Sounds like Blue Top, who was not in the clip, sounds like Blue Top is kind of a tough character, or someone that they are, he's trying to, like you said, soften up for reasons that we don't yet know.
The title of the play is Sellout.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that. Tell me a little bit about that. What does that mean? What are we talking about here?
In the African American community, many people think of a sellout as someone that allies with a white person at the expense of black people, or in this day and time, people of color. Well, I broaden that concept a little bit to say a sellout is anybody that's not uplifting his people, meaning if you're selling drugs, if you are doing despicable behaviors, if you get yourself into trouble where you go to jail or you go off to college and your parents are spending all this money and you are shooting craps at night instead of studying in the books, then you're a sellout.
Nice.
And so in this case, in the play, the protesters want to get rid of police emphasis in their community, and they want to get drugs out of the community. But Blue Top is kind of like allied with the mayor and the police chief, who are behind the drug deal. So he doesn't want to put any tension between him and those people, because he's making out pretty good.
Right.
So that's what the whole concept of sellout is about.
That is, wow. Wow. That is very interesting. Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot of layers in this play, and it sounds like there's a lot that we really need to see dramatized, because something that kind of occurs to me is that with the protests and such, we lived that just recently.
Absolutely.
I mean, we know that that's happened several times in history, the history of our country.
Yes.
But just recently in 2020 and in 2021, tell me a little bit about that, Keisha. We have 30 seconds, but really quickly, just tell me a little bit about some of your thoughts on that matter.
As far as the protest?
Yes, as far as the
I
protest.
do believe that anyone who has no accord or no honor in raising up black people, they definitely are a sellout in any capacity. Our goal each day is to each one teach one and to bring about a new change in a new world.
Okay.
And that's what Amazing Theater does for me.
Woo! Wow. Okay. Way to wrap that up. That was good. Okay. So listen, we're gonna come right back with a lot more from Amazing Theater Company. Stay tuned.
VA's round-the-clock hotline can put veterans who are homeless in touch with the resources and support they earned through their military service. Call 877-424-3838.
Welcome back. My name is Pierre Walters, and you're watching 21st Century Small Business, this episode of Build Your Difference. And today we are joined with Dr. Percy Thomas and acclaimed actress Miss Keisha Kelly from Amazing Theater Company. And before the break, we got to see a sneak peek at their upcoming play, Sellout, which is running in the month of November. And I have so many questions about this, plus a special reveal coming up in just a second. So tell us more about Sellout and when people can actually see this play. When's it go live?
The Sellout opens on November 5th at 4 p.m. in Sandy Spring, Maryland at the Oddfellows Lodge. We are excited about it because it's a play that I wrote. Of course, we're excited about it. But we have an outstanding cast. I've been working with this cast. Usually we take about 6 to 8 weeks, but this cast, I'm telling you, last night when we had rehearsal, they were ready. So I want people to come see them. We got an outstanding group of people. I think we have a guy that that you all might know that plays the lead role.
Oh,
Blue Top.
the lead role.
The
Yes, the lead
sellout.
role.
He plays the sellout.
He plays the sellout.
Would you be surprised to know that that is me?
Yeah, we went online and we searched high and low for this outstanding actor. Pierre Walters showed up, and he's doing a magnificent job. But he's teamed with in an ensemble cast with 3 other people. There's Jennifer Jones, who plays an outstanding role as Stella, the cook in Blue Top's Kitchen, of course.
She's incredible.
And she's doing a great job. She's been with the company, and she also holds a management role in the company. So she's a terrific person. And then we have a newcomer, Andy LeCount, who had been absent from the stage for a number of years and wanted to get back in. So I said, well, I'll put you up against this guy, Blue Top. I said, he'll love you to death. and then there's a Virginian in the play, Donnie Stroud, who plays Joe Willie. And Joe Willie is this character that tries to float between JD and Blue Top. So he's trying to kiss up to Blue Top and kiss up to JD. He fails miserably at both of it, but he's a comic relief in the play. He's a lot of fun. And I just have to admit, this personal relationship with Donnie, this is his second play, and he happens to be my cousin. And I talked him into it, and I think, Pierre, you've helped him a lot in his conversations with you doing rehearsal. And I'm looking forward to seeing him. He amazed us last night.
Yeah, he really did.
Absolutely.
He amazed us last night. So. But that's the cast. Now, Keisha is a part of the stage management team. Her mother is the stage manager. She's assistant stage manager, and she's the cook that helps us all stay afloat.
Keisha, I'd like to know, as someone who has experience both on the stage and also behind the scenes in this production and with this company, what is one of your favorite things about this particular production? What is it that you think?
This show here?
Yeah, this particular show.
This show?
Yeah.
It's real.
It's real.
I have, to hear the story, we all know someone who's a sellout. We may not want to admit it, but we know someone who is. Experience them in some kind of way. The realistic value of the words on that page and to help bring it to life is golden. And to see it from behind the scenes. Because, I'm a stage actress, so that's my first go-to. But to see it from this aspect, from behind, from a different, I'm trying to do hybrid situations in the theater now, which is very beneficial and helpful that it's with Amazing Theater, because again, he's so scholastic that it's just, what do you want to learn? Sure, no problem, I got you. And it's great. But this play in particular, this is my first play that I am a part of behind the scene, behind the set, that I cannot wait to see hit this stage. I am looking forward to it. The actors have all come together, and we speak of ensemble, and to know and understand that an ensemble is essentially a group of people that come together and work together for a common goal, and doesn't make it about themselves. There's no, like how they say, there's no I in team. There's there's no little stars or there's no big I's or little T's. I can't think of the saying, but there's no such thing as a small or big actor. It's just everyone's there, and to bring it together and to be a part of what it takes to get it together, because I don't think most actors know what it takes behind the scenes to get a stage play together.
So actually, let's just follow up with that. So give me one or two things that, if any actors are out there listening and watching to this and you want to get into theater, what's one or two things that you want to leave them with to know this is what you got to be prepared for if you decide to get into theater, if you decide to start acting or doing behind the scenes work?
To sweat.
To sweat?
Yes. Yeah, that's the best way I can put it, because it's hard work.
Hard work.
I don't want an individual to go into acting thinking that this is, oh, I'm gonna get a stage and I can do whatever I want. Yeah. No, it's not like that.
It's hard work.
It really is. And I came into acting late in life, but I've developed such a passion, such a passion.
Yeah, yeah. And let me ask you that same question. What is it that that you want people to take away, both potential audience members, but also people who may be interested in being in the theater and pursuing that kind of work?
Well, this is kind of generic. What theater means to the Black community. See, I am 80 years old. I grew up in Jim Crow. I grew up with having to go to the back door or not come in the front door. And when I entered theater, the only thing I had was the Arena Playhouse in Baltimore. And I know that what I want people to take away, that we can do more, we can do better work if we get funding, if people contribute, if people come to see us and participate with us in it. I can do more training of young people, meaning school-age kids. I can do more training of adults and seniors who all have this creative energy inside them, but no place to express it.
And that's what's amazing about Amazing Theater Company, is that you're providing that platform for the community.
Yes.
So when can we see this show? Give us the dates. All of November.
November 5th at 4 o'clock at the Oddfellows Lodge in Sandy Spring, Maryland.
Awesome. And I want to thank you both for taking the time and being on the show today. We are all looking forward to this play. I cannot wait to see it. And I know that it's just going to be absolutely fantastic. So listen, it's that time again. And if you have any questions about today's segment or want to learn more about amazing theater, see the information scrolling below at the bottom of your screen. You've been watching Small Business 21st Century and today's segment of Build Your Difference. I want to thank you so much for joining us. Have a great week.